The Buffalo of Grassland Valley. In the heart of Grassland Valley, where golden plains stretched endlessly and rivers carved paths through the land, lived a mighty herd of buffaloes. They were strong, fearless, and known across the valley for their unity. But among them, one buffalo stood out, not for his size, nor for his strength, but for his mind. His name was Bantu. While the other buffaloes relied on their muscles and numbers, Bantu relied on something much greater: his intelligence. He could read the signs of nature, predict danger before it arrived, and always found a way to keep his herd safe. He studied the wind, watched the movements of predators, and listened carefully to the sounds of the land. Because of his wisdom, no predator had successfully hunted a buffalo from their herd in years. But in the wilderness, there was always a new threat: the arrival of the bad wolf. One hot summer, when the rivers ran low and food became scarce, a cunning and merciless wolf named Zuka arrived in the valley. Zuka was no ordinary wolf. He was large, fast, and had the sharpest fangs of any predator in the land. But what made him truly dangerous was his mind. He wasn't just a hunter, he was a schemer. He never attacked head-on. Instead, he used tricks, deception, and clever plans to capture his prey. Zuka had spent his life preying on weaker animals, but now he wanted something bigger. "I have conquered deer and antelope," he whispered to himself, standing atop a rocky hill and watching the buffalo herd below. "But if I can take down a buffalo, I will become the greatest hunter in the valley." He knew he couldn't defeat a buffalo in a fair fight. Even the youngest among them were stronger than him. But Zuka didn't believe in fair fights, she believed in tricks. And to bring down the buffaloes, he had to remove their leader. He had to get rid of Bantu, a dangerous deal. That night, when the moon hung high like a silver coin, Zuka crept toward the buffalo herd, his paws silent against the dry grass. He stopped just outside their resting place and called out in a smooth, friendly voice, "Great Bantu, wise leader of the buffaloes." Bantu lifted his head. He had been resting beneath a lone acacia tree, listening to the night wind. His ears flicked at the sound of the wolf's voice. "What do you want, Zuka?" Bantu replied, his deep voice calm but firm. Zuka stepped forward slowly, keeping a respectful distance. "I come not as an enemy, but as a friend. I have watched you for many days, and I admire your wisdom. I bring you a gift." Bantu narrowed his eyes. "A wolf does not bring gifts unless it serves himself." Zuka chuckled. "Ah, how sharp you are. Very well. Let me tell you the truth. I have found something valuable, something that can save your herd from the drought." Bantu listened, but did not let his guard down. "Beyond the cliffs," Zuka continued, "there is a secret valley. It is hidden, untouched, and full of fresh grass and water. No one else knows about it, and if you go there, your herd will never suffer again." The other buffaloes stirred, whispering among themselves. Could it be true? Could there really be a secret paradise beyond the cliffs? Bantu, however, knew better. He had explored the valley for years. If such a place existed, he would have found it. Still, he did not reject Zuka's offer outright. "Show me," Bantu said at last. "At sunrise, take me to this valley." Zuka grinned, his sharp teeth flashing in the moonlight. "As you wish, wise Bantu." The trap Zuka had already prepared an ambush. The so-called Hidden Valley was a narrow gorge between two massive boulders. It was the perfect trap. The moment Bantu entered, Zuka's hidden wolf allies, 5 of the strongest hunters, would block the exit. Trapped inside, Bantu would have nowhere to run. Zuka could already taste his victory, but Bantu had his own plan. Before dawn, he called upon the strongest buffalo warriors in the herd: Mangwe, Joro, and Tembo. "Follow me in secret," Bantu instructed. "Wait for my signal. When you hear my call, charge forward with all your might." The warriors nodded, understanding the unspoken danger. The showdown. At sunrise, Bantu followed Zuka toward the cliffs. The sky was painted in shades of orange and gold as they reached the entrance to the narrow gorge. "Go ahead," Zuka said smoothly, stepping aside. "Your paradise awaits." Bantu walked forward slowly. As soon as he entered the passage, his sharp ears caught the faint sound of wolves shifting behind the rocks. The ambush was set, but Bantu was faster. With all his strength, he slammed his hooves into the side of the boulder. The ground shook, and loose rocks tumbled down, sealing off the path behind him. The hidden wolves yelped in surprise as they were trapped behind the falling stones. Zuka's eyes widened in horror. What have you done?" he howled. Bantu turned slowly, his powerful form blocking the only exit. "I outsmarted you, Zuka." The sound of thunderous hooves filled the air. Mangui, Juru, and Tembo charged in, their massive bodies crashing toward the wolf. Zuka barely had time to react before boom. He was sent rolling across the dirt, his body bruised and battered. He scrambled to his feet, fear in his eyes. The buffalo warriors surrounded him. Zuka looked around desperately. His wolves were trapped. His plan had failed. There was only one thing left to do: run. With a final, panicked yelp, Zuka turned tail and fled, disappearing over the hills, never to return to Grassland Valley. The legacy of Bantu. The buffaloes cheered, their voices echoing through the valley. Bantu had not only saved himself, had saved them all. From that day forward, the buffaloes of Grassland Valley lived in peace, knowing that their leader was not just strong, but wise. And as for Zuka, the legend says he still runs, never stopping, haunted by the day he tried to outsmart the smartest buffalo in the land.